Hi guys, hope you are doing well from wherever you are watching me, depending on your time zone. Now today, the COTTU Secretary General Francis Atwoli has made his way to Western Region for a consultative meeting with the Luhya leaders. Atwoli was received by the Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya at his office in Kakamega. So this is what Oparanya posted on his Facebook after meeting with Atwoli. Receiving guests in my office ahead of Western leaders consultative meeting at Golf Hotel Kakamega. So we all know Atwoli has been talking about Luhya unity for the longest time. When he gets to Western, he talks about how Luhya should unite. And therefore it tells you that the meeting that Atwoli is going to have is all about bringing the Luhya leaders together. But the question is, Atwoli for the longest time has kept on singing this song of bringing Luhyas together. Why is it not working up to now? Why is Atwoli failing to bring these Luhya leaders together? Because he's always standing out as an elder who wants to unite the region. So there is a number of reasons that I believe that it is always a hindrance to Atwoli effort to unite Luhya leaders together. So before we check into that, a quick reminder, you might be watching me and you have not yet subscribed. My humble request, please consider to subscribe so that any other time, once we come out with a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all the 10 subscribers and anyone who drop comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Let us share this video and let us keep on subscribing. Now, back to our discussion. There are a number of reasons that I feel that has made Atwoli to be seen as a person who is detached from the Luhya community. Number one, when Atwoli made his house in Kajiado, I think totally Atwoli moved from Western Region to Kajiado and is operating within Nairobi. So there is a general feeling that Atwoli is not within Western Region. So for that reason, the people in Western still don't believe in what Atwoli is trying to do to the region in terms of uniting the people. He only show up when there is burial and when it comes to the time when we are heading to an election. But during other times, when Atwoli need to be around with his people, talking to the elders in the village, speaking to the people within the region, he is nowhere to be seen. So for that reason, the people in Western still are now feeling that Atwoli is generally not one of them. He already moved. The only time he meets people, he's meeting those leaders in his Kajiado home, and he's not meeting any common mwananchi in his village, Kule Western. So for that reason, there is that feeling that Atwoli cannot bring that unity because of that detach. Number two is the formula that Atwoli has declared that he's going to use in 2022 to select leaders for the Luhya community. He said he's coming with a list of leaders that he would want to be elected in Western Region, which is a good idea, but again, does it reflect our constitution? You know, when it comes to election, nomination, and all those things, does it reflect into that? That's the question. Again, if Atwoli is coming out with his list of people he wishes to be elected in the next general election, which political party is he putting these people to? Putting it in mind that Western Region has three main political parties which are shaping the politics in Western Region. We have the ANC party, ODM party, and For the Kenya party. These are the political parties which has elected leaders in Western Region. So, hawa watu wenye Atwoli anataka kuja na list, anawapeleka in which political party? Is it ANC? Is it ODM party or For the Kenya party? So, in one way or another, I strongly believe that this process of Atwoli and the formula I want to use, it is going to backfire flat once they will start this process officially. So for that reason, some people within Western Region are feeling that Atwoli is coming in as a person who wants to dictate to them. but not a person who wants to show direction to them. And number 3, another biggest reason that I feel that it is making Atwoli not to progress in his move to have unity in the Western region, politics and the economy goes hand in hand. Atwoli has no economic influence in the Western region up to now. For that reason, people might not listen to Atwoli. Kwa mfano wale jamaa wanaitwa Mount Kenya Foundation. If you look at them, these people, Akina Uhuru and all those team, they are in big businesses within their region. So for that reason, they can have some level of influence. Unajua ukiemploy one person in a family, this person might feed up to 20 people just in that family. So it tells you, when you just secure a job for one person. So Atwoli we are talking about here has no any factory in Western region, no any processing plant in Western region, at a hospitality too, a private one that has employed people nowhere. Enterprise that he has set in Western region just to employ the people within the region is nowhere to be seen. So in that way, he has no economic influence in Western region. And for that reason, talking to these people or coming in as a leader for these people is going to be very hard, because number 1, he is not a politician. He tried a long time, he failed. But he just want to come in as an elder and just a person who want to shape the Western region politics. So for that reason, you need to have economic empowerment of the region. So until the time when Atwoli will start to do something in the Western region, try to open those even enterprises, factories, processing plants in the Western region, then try to employ people within that region. To some extent, these people might listen to you. So Atwoli in that way, he has failed. I don't know how he's going to influence these people. Number 4 is the Mudavadi factor. Last time in 2016, Atwoli came with Musalia Mudavadi, installed him as a Luhya leader. During that time, Wetangula was with Raila Odinga in a CORD coalition. And Musalia Mudavadi was with his Amani coalition. But during that time, a lot of ODM people were comfortable with Musalia Mudavadi, including Governor Wycliffe Oparanya, who endorsed Musalia Mudavadi as a leader of Luhya community. So there was some kind of argument during that time. And now, the unity that Atwoli is trying to bring, if it will not involve Musalia Mudavadi into that, because many people have already associated with Musalia Mudavadi as their leader. That is what he told people. And even up to now, if you look on all these politicians in the Western region, the only person who look like a leader who can maybe capture power in the Western region is only Musalia Mudavadi. If Mudavadi can be supported financially and politically with other guys, he can make it. But now, look on these other people. Akwe Atwoli Oparanya, akwe Senator Wetangula, akina Bonde Kalwale, the lost guys, yule governor wa Bungoma, Wycliffe Wangamati, Wafula wa Munyinya. Talk about all these guys. Obvious Mudavadi stand out as a senior among all these people. So, if Atwoli want to attempt to bring unity that might last or that might bring sense into Western region, Mudavadi factor should be considered into that. The time we fail to do that, I think it will even split more unity that has existed in Western region. Because now, you are coming out with Oparanya as part of the Western region leadership. If Mudavadi is not playing ball, Wetangula is not playing ball, I don't know how he is going to install maybe Oparanya as a leader, then Oparanya be accepted among these all other sub-tribes in the Western region. It's going to be a very tough exercise. Because again, another fact that has brought in problem is the unity between Musalia Mudavadi and Senator Wetangula. And for me, I feel to some extent there is some closeness near to the unity of Luhya people, because these people who have at least some level of say in Western region politics, because anyway, they are the only party leaders in Western region with elected leaders on their political parties. If you talk about Ford Kenya party, a lot of MCS, and even up to 13 members of parliament. ANC party, a lot of MCS, a number of senators here and there, and up to 14 members of National Assembly. So that in total, these guys have up to 28 MPs in their political parties. And then a lot of MCS. And you know, you can use MCS to influence politics in the village down there. So these two guys have some level of say in Western. And since they are trying to come together, I think that's where Atwoli was supposed to begin from. But instead, Atwoli is still mocking these guys, to some extent telling them to break their political party and form one strong, formidable political party for the Luhya community. That effort was tried to some level. But of course, we have some guys who brought in turbulence to the direction where these guys were moving to merge ANC and Ford Kenya party to form one political party. There were some guys, Akina Wafula Wamunyinya, Governor Wangamati and the team. You talk about the Ford Kenya Secretary General, by that time, Eseli Simiyu. These guys disrupted that move. Where was Atwoli to call these guys on order? Wafula Wamunyinya, Wangamati, and Eseli Simiyu. Where was Atwoli to call these guys to order? Because they were pushing that unit. So it means, to some extent, Atwoli might not be that much serious in bringing Luhyas together. The easiest way is to call Mudavadi, Senator Wetangula to order. Have a meeting with these two guys. Then after that, call for a meeting for the Luhya people. But as long as Atwoli will fail to do that, that push for his unity might not work at the end of the day. That's my view. But now get to the comment section. Tell me, how will Atwoli manage to bring Luhya people together in his move? Because remember, the person that is near Atwoli, this Governor Oparanya, is a member of ODM party. Oparanya is enjoying the popularity of ODM in the Western region. He is not adding much value into that. Because if you check, when Mudavadi left ODM, the influence that ODM party had in Western region, then when Oparanya took over, of course, generally it has gone down. To put out our comment section.